This is We Are Podcast, the only show where we talk about what we want to talk about. We Are Podcast, let the ice house flow. We Are Podcast, it's an internet talkie show. We Are Podcast, you know the mouse knows. We Are Podcast, so look up an episode and now let's start the show.
Hello and welcome to We Are Podcast, the only podcast on the internet where we talk about what we want to talk about. This is episode 50, and my name is Matt.
And my name's Phil of the Overlord Tanks Group. Thanks for listening to the episode tonight.
And as always, thank you anyone and everyone for listening. Alright, Phil, here again, starting off another episode of We Are Tries. Quit counting.
We Are Tries, no count.
You're getting a 5 count. King Kong Bundy came in and just said 5. He said 5, grabbed me by my face and threw me down and said, you're getting a 5 count.
He said 1, 2, then he said 5. Then he went 4, 5. Ding, ding, ding.
That was a great gimmick.
It was. Hey, it worked.
I remember it to this day, even though I don't watch that much wrestling, I still remember you're getting a 5 count. Like I said, he would get to 3 and then he would tell the ref, no, 5.
Amazing that it worked, though.
Yeah, it got over.
He was like, no, 5.
He told the ref, you ain't done yet. Keep counting. 5. Yeah. Oh, that brought me back. But anyways, here we are trying Star Chicken Shotgun Indian Pale Ale. Tagline, need we say more? With cartoon chicken Elvis.
Oh.
Went to the county jail. He's the king of poultry and roll, Phil. Get it? Poultry and roll. Punish this beer. Oh. Alright, let's give her a sniff.
I don't know what I'm smelling.
Smells like pale ale.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, definitely a little... Alright, do this.
Punish this beer! Punish! Okay.
Oh, that is almost like a dark beer.
Oh.
Wow. Whoa. That is almost like a dark beer.
Ooh.
That is bitter. Do you think the king of poultry and roll is bitter because all of his sons were turned into chicken nuggets? I watched them dip my son in honey mustard sauce.
Don't surprise me. Oh.
This is... Wow. That is bitter.
I don't know what that tastes like.
It tastes like what hate tastes like. That shit burns now.
Oh, it tastes like you shouldn't have downed it.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's starting to burn now, actually. Oh, it's starting to burn the back of my throat. Oh. Oh my god. It's really starting to burn now. This chicken is pissed off. It has come back with the souls of its brethren to burn you with its hatred.
The aftertaste, it tastes like you drink some straight up chicken broth. Oh, this is bad. Oh, tastes like you drink some chicken broth.
It burns. It burns!
Damn.
Phil, it says shotgun. We only took a probably pretty big chug.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Shotgun it, Phil.
Clink.
Boo. Not gonna regret that. Regretting that. Oh, God, that's so bitter.
Oh.
Ah. I should have brought out some water. Oh, God, that's so bad. Oh. Oh, God, it was like coffee grounds are in my mouth.
Oh,
Phil, the king has no clothes on.
fuck. It's making me cry. Oh.
It burns. Oh, it tastes so bad and it burns.
It tastes like. Oh. It tastes like I sucked on the end of of like a pipe or something. Oh man, it's bad.
It's like you started drinking you took a handful of grounds and threw it in half a cup of water and just started chugging it.
It's like you pipe stirred it. Ching, ching.
Oh,
Oh, it's gross.
it's so bad. I gotta take a minute. Oh man,
Yeah.
these kind of thaw. Hell no, there's no frozen solid.
Oh. Yeah, leave those burps in there.
Oh, so bad. I should have. I think from now on, when we start doing these, we're just gonna have a glass of water on the side now, just in case. I think that should be a new rule of We Are Tries from now on. That was that was bad.
Feels better.
Yeah, like I said, I had to get that taste out of my mouth, man. It was an experience for sure.
Yeah, more crazy shit.
Gets a little bit. Phil, did we punish that beer, or did that beer truly punish us?
I think it punished us.
Like I said, that's why it's so bitter, right, Phil? It's
Finally.
It's getting its revenge on Colonel Sanders. Is Kane back to Kane, or is he still Corbett Kane? That's when I might start.
Who cares? He's still lost.
Yeah,
Got thrown out.
that's when I might start caring
We'll
again.
see.
Well, I like Kane. I don't like Corbett Kane, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
They give you a gimmick, you gotta work with it.
Yeah.
Jimmy King.
He's doing it.
He's the best wrestler. Better than all the wrestlers.
Jimmy King is the best wrestler. He's the best wrestler. Better than all the wrestler. He's got class. He's really fast. He'll rule ass. He'll rule that ass.
Jimmy King.
We're still working on the last part, but we got the moves down, but we tried.
I can't remember that, but I'm surprised you still can. Well, we watched that movie like fucking 20 times at least back in the day.
Yeah.
We were young and naive. Get off my back. But Phil, we got the.
It was a great time to live.
Yeah. You don't know what it was.
That was a great time to live, though.
That's why everyone wants cartoons and wrestling to go back to the 90s, because that's when they ruled!
Oh, yeah.
Should have just turned around when we started talking about Chris Benoit. That stupid diamond headbutt move, right?
It is a stupid move.
Yeah, we were talking about. We took a little break there for a minute, and we were talking about wrestling moves, and like we were looking up some of the pretty bad injuries that's happened. Like we trying to like D'Lo Brown accidentally broke Draz's neck. That was like I said, purely an accident.
And it was on the outside of the ring.
Yeah, that was just an unfortunate mistake. But for some reason, whenever we start talking about the dark part of wrestling, you always got to go to Chris Benoit, right? And we remember the diving headbutt, which is probably the stupidest move ever. For those of you that don't know, it's literally you're on the top rope, you jump off, and you're supposed to headbutt your opponent in like their shoulder area, but it makes it look like you headbutt their head. Like I said, it's dumb. Like you're doing a headbutt off the top rope, more or less. But if you do it right, you're supposed to land on their shoulder, kind of cushioning the blow, which you're jumping. You got to jump flat head first onto something. You're going to hurt yourself no matter what you do.
So it doesn't hurt them as much.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, too. Like, the move, it looks like it hurts the guy doing it more than the guy that's receiving it.
It can.
Yeah. And you can't watch. I'm sure Chris Benoit matches are still on YouTube, but you can't watch them on the WWE app because they're like, we don't want to talk about them because of the horrifying things he's done. But like I said, even Daniel Bryan, who's a good guy, did the move, and now his neck is all kind of. I think that's, like I said, that move and the pile driver, they should just be banned. They're just too dangerous of moves. So many people have like had neck problems that do or receive that finisher, you know?
I agree with that. It should be banned.
And like the pile driver, that's a cool move. It does look like that really would, because you're dropping a dude on his head. But you're supposed to do it where you're landing on their thigh and not actually... Because when you actually drop someone on their head with all your body weight, you can break their neck.
Ask Stone Cold what he thinks.
Yeah, ask Stone Cold. But the way you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to like cushion. You're supposed to make like your thighs like a helmet. You know, wrap your thighs around their head and take the bump on your ass and thighs, and not actually drop them on their neck. You know. But like you said, ask Stone Cold.
It's risky.
Yeah, it's just too risky of a move. And the diving headbutt, it doesn't look that impressive to begin with, and it just looks like it hurts the guy doing it more than it's not a good move.
It does get amazing height, but it is kind of also considered a classic move, even though how dumb it is.
Well, just about any move off the top rope gets that pop, you know?
And plus, it takes too long.
Yeah. And like I said, you can see a couple times where you know Chris Benoit hit his face because he gets up like, oh!
Yeah, I've seen him go.
Whoa! Yeah.
Shake his head.
Yeah, like you said, you probably clearly missed the guy and hit his face flat on the mat, you know?
And plus, even his body caught a little bit of air between the mat.
Yeah, because that ring's meant to bounce and make a loud noise every time someone slams a certain amount of weight on it, so it sounds like you made a big impact, you know?
It sounds louder.
Yeah. You're supposed to hear that loud, a loud pop, because that's how devastating the move is.
Slam!
Like in every kung fu movie we see in the 90s where you break through that cardboard box wall, you know?
Amazing.
Right.
Classic sounds, though.
Yeah. Like Hanna-Barbera, like, we got one explosion sound we've been using it since 1962. We ain't changing it. That sound effect has 2 days retired, feeling what happens.
It is astonishing, but it did work.
They have that same pterodactyl noise too, right?
It probably worked longer than they expected.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just ask Scooby-Doo.
As long as somebody was watching it.
So, like I said, Scooby-Doo and The Simpsons are going to be around till the day I die. Like I said, on my deathbed tonight on the new episode of The Simpsons.
Always and forever. Excellent. Oh.
Well, that's what sucks about. Well, that's what sucks about big guys like Mark Henry and Kane, like, in the Big Show. Like, they've had this problem. Like, they're supposed to be like these overwhelming powerhouses, you know, the Big Red Machine, you know, the world's strongest man, and the Big Show. I can't remember any of his gimmicks that were good.
And like the Great Khali.
Yeah, like the Great Khali.
You know, they should all be unbeatable.
Yeah, but then they get beaten on the regular, and then you try to make them look like a big intimidating force again, and you're like, dude, I just saw you lose to Ryback last week, and he's a fucking jobber. You know?
Plus, Great Khali's the one he's got to have the most roll-up pins for everybody. Because rolled him up and pinned him.
Because the Great Khali's a big dude, but he don't know how to wrestle. All he knows is scoop slam, powerbomb, clothesline, big boot.
And the coconut crunch.
Yeah, and his little finisher there.
Or whatever they call it.
Yeah, and those Death Claw moves where you just grab some guy's face and crush it.
Vice.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this guy can crush your head with his hands. Like, how come the second he slaps you in my chest, I just don't fucking crush my ribs and pass out, you know?
Nobody should be able to beat them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what makes the big guys kind of suck. Like I said, like, the Great Khali was the worst because, like I said, he was big dude and he had, like, no stamina, so he couldn't go for, like, more than 10 minutes, so that's why he had to start jobbing, because he couldn't go that long, so they just make people lose to him. But even he beat Kane cleanly, though. Unfortunately. Kane's been around too long, Phil. Now he's just getting beat by everyone.
Yeah. I remember I saw a match with the Great Khali in it where like 2 or 3 guys jumped him and they were hitting him with chairs and everything, and it caused him to get a concussion. And, basically, you grab his leg and he's like, squirming around on the mat like a fish after that.
And plus, I was just thinking, like, how many Royal Rumbles let me say that again. How many Royal Rumbles has the Big Show entered where he just came in and cleaned house for, like, the first, like, 2 or 3 minutes, and then everyone, like,
there's like 5 people left.
Yeah, there's like
he gets
5.
Thrown out.
Yeah, and then everyone just dogpiles him. He's able to fight him off for a second, but then everyone piles back onto him, and they even cheat, like, most of the time. Like, a guy that got eliminated while everyone's trying to pull him off will jump on him and pull him off the extra. You know, like I said, he's supposed to be this big intimidating force, but yeah, he just gets, like, overwhelmed, like, so easily, you know. Even though not even 5 minutes ago, like I said, he was knocking everyone around, throwing everyone around like fucking rag dolls.
Like they were nothing.
Yeah.
But plus, sometimes, before they would leave the wrestling area around the ring, sometimes they'd pull down the front rope and somebody would go flying over the top rope. Sometimes.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's how they had to cheat. They had to overwhelmingly, like, cheat to get the Big Show out. But yeah, he's supposed to be... Like, his finisher there was like that one punch, and he just fucking knocks you out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he can knock me out in one punch, like, when he throws me into the corner and slaps my chest, why don't my fucking ribs just implode, you know?
I think it's called the WMD.
I don't know.
I don't remember what he calls it.
I was thinking
he might have changed it by now.
I was watching One Punch Man on Hulu finally, and I was just thinking, One Punch! That's what I'm saying, like, Saitama in One Punch Man, he actually does beat everyone in one punch. Like I said, with the Big Show, like when the Big Show scoop slams me or something too, like, should that just, like, fucking shatter my spine?
Well, it should knock the wind out of you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, so, like, and then I beat him with a fucking schoolboy roll-up and shit, you know?
Yeah.
It makes it look bad.
I've been scoop slammed before, and that wasn't pretty.
Yeah. And they give him, like, the worst gimmicks, too, because I remember, like, Big Show was in debt or something, so, Vince McMahon and Stephanie were, using him like an attack dog or whatever. He's like, you want to pay your rent? You still want a job? You better go out there and knock out Blank, because Blank insulted me. And then he would go out there and be, like, crying and shit. I'm sorry! And then he would punch someone and knock him out.
Yep.
Oh, but then of course, like, Triple H has to be the King of Kings, and he of course beats the crap out of him with that sledgehammer that he never hits anyone with for real, and fires him because I'm the bad guy, you know. Evil boss laugh. But then remember the Big Show, even though he's supposed to be in debt and needed this job,
Triple H paid his rent again.
Yeah, so he had to knock out Ric Flair. And cry. Like I said, he had to cry and knock out Ric Flair.
That's like the number one excuse when I see that. Oh, Big Show needed his rent paid again.
I know, it was horrible. But, and then, like I said, I'm the bad guy, so he gets fired and screwed in the end anyways. But then after he's supposed to be fired and he's got no money, he still has enough money to fly around the country and try and chase down and beat up Triple H in the arena and shit.
Triple H paid for it.
Yeah. Why would you pay for someone that's trying to beat you up?
For the show.
Yeah. Well, he never got really fired, Phil. It was all part of the show. But I'm saying it doesn't make any sense. He's supposed to be fired, unemployed, and has no money. But yet, he still has the money to fly around the country and chase down the guy that fired him.
Was pretty extreme.
It's dumb. And then, of course, that's whatever pay-per-view he had win your career back
Extremely
match.
dumb.
Yeah, he had the win your career back match, and we're supposed to feel all good for him and shit. And then they did the same thing with Kane, with corporate Kane. Just took all the fucking scariness and intimidation out of him by making him a corporate jobber, more or less.
Blah. I didn't like that.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Kane's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Just because I'm that 90s kid, I guess, because I remember when his debut and shit. But corporate Kane, like I said, it just takes all the fire out of him. Now he's just he's a big joke. And plus, even when he was Kane, his title runs were never that good anyways.
Well, he held it like once for that one night.
Yeah, he'd only hold the belt for like a week or two at a time. He was tag champs with X-Pac for a minute, remember? But then all that ends up doing is DX comes back or whatever. X-Pac joins a new faction and he screws over Kane.
T-shirt sales.
Yeah. Like I said, that's the other thing too. Like, Kane's supposed to be like this big leather face, big scary. He's not supposed to be dumb. Like, all I know is pain and dark magic, lightning bolt,
Demon. Suffering.
Yeah. But then he's trying to make like friends and shit, and every time he tries to make a friend, the storyline always ends with that person screwing him over.
He did.
Yeah. Like,
From Hellfire and Brimstone.
yeah, then he wants to be friends with X-Pac, and then X-Pac and ninja kick him in the face and knock him out. Or like, yeah. Remember even, like China was like trying to tame the beast or whatever, and then for whatever reason.
As if.
Yeah, and then for whatever reason, she just decides to screw him over. Because, story. And, then remember he went into anger management with Daniel Bryan and they became anger buddies.
Oh, Team Hell, no.
Yeah, Team Hell, no! Yeah. But then what happens?
I hated that too.
Yeah, but then what happens? Daniel Bryan screws over Kane again for a title run. See, like I said, Kane should just try to quit making friends. Every time he does, he gets screwed over.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, I can't even remember. Was he still doing the corporate King thing?
No, as far as I know, he got injured again. He was in the Battle Royal, and that's the last time I'd seen him. He got thrown out.
I got injured at the World, snapped his ankle or something, probably.
But speaking of the Royal Rumble, that's why the last one won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Yep. And turns out Kane was the last one in, and the guy was playing possum on the side of the ring, and nobody was paying attention to him. He was acting like he was hurt. And at the last second, he lifted up Kane right by the legs and threw him right out with the rest of them, and won the Battle Royal. So he was over there playing possum the whole time. And I didn't even see him till he threw him out.
Job.
Yep, he was all in the corner.
They're not even trying anymore.
I was like, that sucked. I was like, no, Kane almost had it. I was like, Kane got screwed.
They never give Kane a break.
They don't.
That's the other thing too. Like,
well, I can see why now though, because he's authority and la la la. Because devout to authority means a thing there. Because that means something.
Well, isn't that weird? Because remember, Kate, before the authority, Triple H was champion. He was going to fight Kane for it, and they did that weird storyline where Kane, as a kid, got into a drunken accident and killed his girlfriend. And Triple H insinuated that he had sex with his dead girlfriend's body or some shit, remember?
Yeah, I don't like to talk about that.
Yeah. For some reason, they thought it'd be a good idea for Triple H to wear a Kane mask and hump a dummy in a casket and throw red stuff at the camera and says he humped her brains out. Yeah. Now Kane works for that guy. That's gotta be...
ironic.
That's gotta be awkward. I don't know if that's ironic or awkward. You imagine?
It's one of them.
Yeah. like, because they use Kane like they use Big Show. You're my big gun enforcer guy. Go beat up the guy that has been talking shit about me and my wife.
Yeah.
But isn't that weird? It's like, okay, boss, but hey, remember that time you insinuated I had sex with a dead body? Good times, boss. All right, I'm gonna go beat up this guy.
You delete that footage?
No. I'm sure you could see it on YouTube if you're morbid enough to want to see that for whatever reason. But yeah, I'm sure Vince probably doesn't have that on the WE app. I'm pretty sure he took that off. At least you think he would.
That's brutal.
What were they?
As well as he should.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to be a fly on the wall sometimes at some of these WWE storyline meetings. Like, who thought it was a good idea for that to happen? Who thought it was a good idea for Shawn Michaels and God to tag team against Vince and Shane McMahon?
And who wrote it?
Yeah. They're shooting promos for it. It's literally Vince going into churches and stuff, calling out God.
Imagine being the writer.
Yeah. Washing his hands in holy water and shit. Yeah. Like I said, I would have loved to have been there. It's like, sir, you really think it's a good idea to call out God on TV? Like, what's that check say? Does it say WWE Entertainment or God on there? Well, it says WWE Entertainment, sir. Well, I guess there is no God. You know, I guess I am your God.
Oh, you again? I thought I had you transferred. How do I always get stuck with you?
I thought I fired you. You're the same guy that told me it was a bad idea to have my son-in-law hump a dead body, right? Get back to the mailroom. I'm a damn billionaire.
No, that's bad.
I don't give the fans what they want. I tell them what they want. All words from his mouth, Phil. I made none of that up. But yeah, like, who thought that was a good idea? Like, I'm not a big religious guy myself either, but I remember watching that match and it's just so quiet because it's Vince Lee in the ring just. Like when you're a kid, remember you get on your bed and like jump up and bump down on the mat or on your bed and should pretend like you were getting clothesline.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Yeah, he's suplexed on an invisible body. It's kind of comical now, but like, who thought this was a good idea?
Wonder how much they paid for that ticket.
I imagine some people paid for that show and just wanted to see, like, how are they going to portray God in a wrestling match, you know? Are they going to have some guy in a cheesy Halloween Jesus outfit come out and, like, clothesline Vince? But no, they don't play any music. It's a spotlight that comes down to the ring, it turns off. And then, like I said, Vince is a little kid and he's just pretending like he's wrestling someone in the ring for, like, 10, 15 minutes. It's bad.
Had to be done, though.
I want to take a clothesline from God.
Got to get it when it's hot.
Yeah. And another one that kind of weird gimmick, but it was actually kind of cool. Remember, what was it, Gangrel and the New Brood or whatever?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Christian and Edge when they were the New Brood before they got over. They were
bats.
Yeah, they were sidekicks to Gangrel, some fat vampire guy before Twilight came out, who's actually making porno, I guess. So
I know.
Yeah, I read some story like he's a porno producer or something. Well, you do what you love. You never work a day in your life, right? But his gimmick was after the New Brood or Gangrel would beat you in their match, the rest of the buddies would come into the ring, put the boots to you, and then there was a conveniently placed bucket of blood under the ring, and they would go all carry on you and dump it on you. Yeah.
Yep. And then they'd be all slipping in it and sliding in it.
Like, remember they dumped Al Snow and Head in it, and he went all cray-cray and shit? And he, remember he was running around all covered in blood for like 3 weeks, chasing down Gangrel and
the
stuff.
Bloodbath! The Bloodbath!
I imagine they quit doing that because it fucking stains the crap out of the ring every time. Because remember, like Gangrel and the New Brood were never like main eventers or whatever, so they were always like mid carders. So the rest of the show, there's always this big red spot in the middle of the ring, right?
It's like, was it corn syrup? It had to be something.
I'm sure it was just corn
Sure,
syrup.
it wasn't real blood.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was probably just like some watered down corn syrup Kool-Aid concoction. Meant to like stick to the skin and be able to wash off in a shower,
It did look pretty real, though.
Yeah. Well, it looked cool.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I was entertained.
Like I said, it didn't help Gangrel's career any much, but like I said, that's when, just right before, then they got inducted into the Ministry of Darkness. Remember, that was Undertaker's weird cult thing. But after that, Edge and Christian both went on to be pretty big stars. That was like the New Brood in the Ministry of Darkness was kind of what pushed them over,
Yeah.
Then Christian got his peeps, and Edge was banging Lita on national television. WWE, family entertainment. But that was back in the Attitude Era, so they strayed away from a lot of that stuff from now, Like I said, I doubt they mentioned that Triple H humps a corpse anytime soon. Or imply that Kane humped a... There's going to be a lack of necrophilia storylines coming up, I think, in the WWE's future. The Ugly Boys came back.
Yeah, but they're bad guys again.
They've always been bad guys, Phil. They're just the bad guys that some people like.
Well, they were like before. I realized they were doing the heel move, and it turns out that's what they did.
Well,
they were talking crap to the crowd during their matches for a little bit.
Well, that's what got them over in ECW. Remember, like, for a minute there, like, every ECW match that they would show up in, like, it'd be 10 minutes of them being like, I must be in butt-fuck Iowa because all I see is rednecks. And, woo. And ECW was trying to be the extreme people, so they were on pay-per-view, so they would actually let them say, like, butt-fuck Iowa. He was over there like, look at this kid. Learned how to suck dick from always insinuating that they're going to go into the crowd and whoop someone's ass. Remember, Devon would always be like, jump halfway in between the ropes and the ring, be like, come on, get me.
Shut up, all of you.
You shut the hell up when I'm talking. Yeah, like I said, they were the ultimate tag team heel, Phil. Yeah, like I said, you love to hate them.
It's like, where they, they swap their arm down, they look at the crowd like, what'd you say?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the classic one.
Well, remember,
like
too,
he acted like he heard something.
Well, remember too, we got to see him in the Lansing Center, and they did the same. That's like I said, that was their gimmick. They came down and were talking about how dumb and stupid we are. Mm-hmm. They said that we were lucky that they even showed up tonight because a couple people had skipped out that were supposed to be on the card skipped out, and I can't remember what he said, but then people started throwing their $8 beers and $5 sodas in the ring and shit, and they got them all soaked down too.
I threw a piece of candy and I hit Bubba Ray right in his hand. I was like, "Yeah, I got him."
They even stood there for a second and just waited, just let the shit pile onto them, and then when everyone finally ran out of food and drink to throw at them, it's like, "Okay, guys, now go buy another round of beers and see if you can actually hit me this time."
And he did say that. Somebody had to take most of the heat that night.
Yeah.
And it was the Dudley Boys.
Oh, like I said, it was great because he was right, because they probably just threw like $200-300 worth of concessions at him. So he's like, okay, now go buy another brown.
But they got a little extra for taking most of the
heat. Yeah.
They were the heels that night.
Yeah. That was a good one.
They were a lot more brutal when they were younger. They were like punk guys. Come take over.
Well, that was their gimmick. That's why they can be so mean and vile and nasty and hatred, because they can actually talk shit and whoop your ass at the same time too. They're not the Miz just talking shit and then getting jobbed.
It was good.
That's the other thing too. Like, I wish Rob Van Dam could pass a fucking piss test for once, so he could come back. Then I can start watching again.
He chooses when to. He's trying not to be in it forever. Yes.
Well, no, the problem is like the WWE has had such a bad history with drug and steroid abuse scandals that to kind of cover their ass in legal cases, they have a wellness policy, you know, where if you violate the wellness policy, which is pretty much don't get caught using drugs and don't fuck up in public, more or less, and, you know, don't do like Matt Hardy, show up completely fucked up to the ring and try to wrestle people.
He did do that.
Yeah. Just, you know, be a halfway decent person. You know, wait till you get back to the hotel room to do meth and smoke pot, right? And don't get caught with it when you're driving in between gigs. And unfortunately, Rob Van Dam just always getting arrested for marijuana, Phil.
Don't do it outside the stadium in a trailer.
Oh, yeah. So why do you think his gimmick was RVD 420 for a minute?
I remember that.
Awesome.
Fucking fun.
Oh, well, that's what made Rob Van Dam cool, because, like, you see a Rob Van Dam match. Like I said, if you're watching The Great Khali, you're going to see, like, what, 2 or 3 big power moves, and then a schoolboy close, or roll up. Rob Van Dam's going to hit, like, 5 moves in the first 3 minutes of the match, you know?
It's true.
He's just a way faster paced wrestler.
He's a fantastic athlete.
Yeah. But unfortunately, even when WWE tried to push him, like I said, he was WWE champion when they made the Big East, or tried to make the Big ECW come back.
I think for some reason he don't like the spotlight too much now. Shying away from it a little bit.
Well, he's probably getting paid doing road shows good enough where they don't care. Like, where Vince is going to be pissed if you're in the locker room smoking weed and drinking. Scrub Show Texas and Scrub Show Iowa isn't going to care that you're in the back token up because it's Rob Van Dam. People are there to see Rob Van Dam, so if Rob Van Dam doesn't wrestle at the show, there's going to be some fucking, I want my money back.
People came for the whole effing show.
Yeah, they want the whole effing show, and the whole effing show better show up. Yeah. But where in WE, Rob Van Dam doesn't show up, so what? John Cena's still there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, even when he was WE champion, him and Sabu got busted for weed and pills and shit. And Vince made him lose the belt to someone, and then he got suspended. Then he came back, worked the mid-card for a little while, but then got busted with weed again, got fired again. So like I say, like I said, it's probably just easier for him to work at, you know, indie shows that will let him do what he wants backstage, where Vince actually wants him to behave, you know?
I agree.
Or maybe Vince is just like, I fired this guy like 7 times, he won't quit smoking pot.
Well, after a bit, everybody gets in trouble.
Oh, yeah, Randy Orton is my favorite, but he's been kicked out a couple of times for meth and pills.
Yep.
But once again, mid-carder jobbing it now. Phil, apparently don't feud with John Cena or Triple H, because after that, your fucking career just...
Well, they don't call him the cash cow for nothing. Was the cash cow.
He's still the biggest. No, wait, is he out injured too? Didn't he rip his bicep?
He's doing one of those reality TV shows where you do endurance tests.
Ah, yeah, I saw some trailers for that on YouTube.
Yeah, there's like 6 different people from a different part of the army.
Yeah. Did he tear his bicep or something? Isn't he out injured too?
Yeah, as far as I know, he hasn't. I don't think he healed up yet.
Yeah. Maybe he was doing that reality show, healing up from his bicep injury or something, maybe. I don't know.
He's got a bad history with that.
Oh, yeah. It's all them roids. Raw!
For some reason, maybe it just affects that part of his body.
just asked Chris Benoit. Oh, bringing it back. Oh, made myself sad. And legend has it that the Macho Man, Randy Savage, the Macho King, Randy Savage, heard of the coming apocalypse and sacrificed himself to challenge Jesus in a steel cage match and saved the world with an atomic elbow drop from the top of the cage and stopped the apocalypse. You're not destroying my planet, brother.
Ooh, yeah!
Snap it to a Slim Jim! Do I believe that? No. Do I like looking up fan art of it? Yes.
Oh no, brother!
Oh, you're not destroying my planet. You gotta get through the Macho King, Randy Savage. Then after he beats Jesus, he just looks down from the heavens. I'm waiting for you, Hogan. I'm gonna get ya.
Let me tell you something about the people of this planet, brother.
They're under the Macho King's protection now. Oh. He just outflexes Jesus, right? He's like, come get some, Jesus. Oh. I can't remember if that was before or after Vince wrestled God.
The body grease is blinding me. He's like, she.
Oh, the Instatan. He's with Miss Elizabeth now, Phil.
He is.
And Lex Luthor's his knight. As he sits on the throne of heaven, right, Phil? With Miss Elizabeth by his side.
The total package.
Lex Luthor becomes his angel of death. Right. He's waiting for the day where the unholy one, Hulk Hogan, comes to challenge for his throne. But he'll be waiting, brother. Ooh, yeah. Macho Man was great. Right up there with Roddy Piper. So. Good thing Ric Flair's still kicking it. Last old school guy left, right? I think. Yeah, there's probably still some more out there.
Yeah.
Just don't live till an old age when you're a wrestler, unless you are Ric Flair.
Unless you take care of yourself.
Well, steroids, dude. How many people die of heart attacks in the fucking?
lot.
You know, a lot of wrestlers die of heart attacks, unfortunately.
They usually happen because of the overdoses, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, overdoses.
So it's really easy to do that.
Like I said, every time I hear Jake the Snake's still alive, I'm like, what? But like I said, I heard he was in rehab and shit, so I heard he was trying to get better, so good for him.
Well, he did show up at some new show.
Well, remember, we have that,
He had a boa constrictor with him.
We have that Stranglemania DVD where he shows up to the match late, drunk as hell. You can clearly tell wearing, he must have forgot his equipment or something, or so tanked he forgot where he left it. Remember, he was wearing a security guard outfit, and the match was already over by the time they threw his drunk ass out there, so he's like, I gotta get paid, so someone's getting DDT'd. Sorry, ref.
Yep.
Yeah. And just stumbled backstage. I'm getting paid.
That was 10 minutes?
Nah, it wasn't even 10 minutes. It took him like 3 minutes to walk to the ring because, like I said, he's so shit-faced.
It felt like 10 minutes.
Felt like 10 minutes, hell yeah. Well, that's the thing, too. Like, I'm sure he was probably just walking around because this happens at the Gathering of the Juggalos, the big ICP concert on a campground thing. So I'm sure he was probably just walking around the festival, and people were like, oh, dude, I gotta smoke a joint with Jake the Snake. Dude, because Jake the Snake's known as such a notorious partier and shit. Like, oh, dude, I totally gotta do a shot with Jake the Snake. You know? So, like, he was probably just walking around drinking for free for, like, they're probably like, where's Jake the Snake? He's supposed to be on in, like, 20 minutes. He's out wandering the fairgrounds drinking with the fans.
Good for a joint.
Yeah. Oh.
He's looking for a shot or a beer.
Yeah, the stage manager backstage is probably like, find his ass and drag him back here!
That is his job.
Oh, yeah.
He's supposed to make sure that the performer gets to the stage.
Abdullah the
That's
Butcher
what he gets paid for.
Abdullah the Butcher didn't even get into the ring.
Shoot, stage manager's probably one of his buddies.
Well, for the most part, I think the show is mostly ran by psychopathics, so it's all ran in-house, you know? Ugh. Oh, excuse me. Plus, like I said, there's plenty of stories online where promoters have said, yeah, Jake the Snake refused to wrestle unless we got him a six-pack and an 8-ball.
It's pretty freaking dangerous.
Yeah, like I said, the guy had not the best of reputations in the industry, but still put seats in butts. Or butts in seats, you know?
Well, he probably had them help him find it. Or something like that.
Well, no, like I said, he had the reputation, so they probably already had it. You know, like I said, he refused to go on if he didn't have these things. Like sometimes, you know, like how rock stars have their movie writer. He has his writer, but it's just 6-pack, 8-ball. No!
He's a good enough wrestler to pull it off.
Well, like I said, except for that Stranglemania show, he was a pretty big name there up in the late 80s and early 90s. But then,
Stranglemania was
yeah,
insane.
but yeah, like I said, unfortunately, substance abuse problems got the better of him, and he kind of just went into the coke circuit.
The Bye-Bye League.
Yeah. For one night only. Mr. DDT, if we find enough meth. But yeah, like I said, Rob Van Dam, like I said, Vince ain't willing to put up with that shit because he's got a history of it in there. I can see him like the...
History repeats itself.
Yeah, he's kind of like the angry police captain. God damn it, Batista, I told you quit doing the roids. You keep getting caught, you son of a... I got the cops breathing down my ass! You know? And, you know, on Buttfuck League, wherever, they don't care. Because, like I said, same with Jake the Snake, same with Rob Van Dam. People ain't there to see jobber guy ripping off Matt Hardy's gimmick. You know, they're there to see that guy get beat up by Jake the Snake. They're there to see that guy get beat up by Rob Van Dam, you know?
That's what filled seats.
Yeah. They're not there to see the guy that got his wrestling outfit from Hot Topic, you know? They're there to see Rob Van Dam the whole effing show beat the crap out of that guy. They're there to see Jake the Snake, Mr. DDT that guy, and then put a python on him. Or, you know, chase a guy around the ring with a python acting like it's his dick. Because that's also his gimmick. He must feed the crap out of that snake, because that snake never fucking... Even though he's running around the ring with it and has it on his neck and shit, it always just seems like it's fucking sleeping. They put a bunch of sleeping... They kill a mouse with...
Maybe he sprayed something on himself.
No, what they do is they kill a mouse with sleeping pills and then feed that... Or they kill a rat with sleeping pills and feed the rat to the python. That's why he's so sedated.
Because at any time it could kill him.
Yeah.
He had a Burmese python the last time I saw him. It was a big yellow one.
And like I said, I can't remember what match it was, but we saw that one match where Matt Hardy is clearly just out of it.
It's just a python, you wuss.
Yeah. They must be pretty docile snakes.
You laddie. Oh, it's just a python. Like, look at the size of it.
Oh, yeah. It's the Chihuahua. So it's even more terrifying if you had a Chihuahua. But no, remember we saw that one match in TNA where Matt Hardy is clearly just fucking shit faced out of it. Like, he even looks around a couple times like, where am I again?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna wrestle. And then I can't even remember who he was wrestling, but whoever he was wrestling after a couple minutes was like, just take the pin, you're losing. You're a fucking mess, Matt. Or Jeff. You're a fucking mess, Jeff.
You probably smell it on him.
Well, I think he has a huge pill problem.
Well, that would explain that.
Because when he was in the WWE feuding with CM Punk, Mr. Straight Edge, I guess they were having like tweet wars and shit where CM Punk would call Matt Hardy out for being a pill popper and shit, and
Yep.
Jeff Hardy would call Punk a straight edge loser or something. Like, you've probably seen
Yeah, I
that.
remember the Straight Edge Society, that little band of emo people that he had with him.
Yeah.
Yep, the Straight Edge Society. Oh.
But I guess that was for realsies. Like I said, they were on Twitter and like Instagram and shit, calling each other out about it. I'm about to say, I'm surprised you haven't seen these videos.
I've heard about that. I heard about their Twitter war, at least.
Yeah, and like I said, there's a couple videos where Jeff Hardy's on his cell phone at a diner, probably 3 o'clock in the morning after getting out of the bar, Fuck you, CM Punk, you bitch.
Sheesh.
He's clearly a mess. Which is probably another one of the reasons why CM Punk wants to pretend he's an MMA fighter now. You think when he comes out, because you know how they'll have like a little nickname, like
Maybe he'll lose one first.
probably will. But you think his little nickname will be CM Punk Rock?
Matt, you know what's going to happen. It's going to be like Brock Lesnar.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Brock Lesnar's first UFC fight, I can't remember who he's fighting, but he just murders this dude. He's on top of him, just wailing on him. But because Brock Lesnar has a history in wrestling, I'm guessing he's like, stretch it out. Because in a real fight, you don't want to stretch out a fight. You just want to fucking tear someone down as fast as you can. Like, Brock Lesnar is probably like maybe a second away from the rest saying, okay, you hit that guy in the face too many times.
He was reacting to the audience.
Yeah. But he went to let the guy up and he turned his back on him. And the guy who was just getting hammered in the face was like, well, I don't want that to happen again. Hey, look, here's his ankle.
Ankle pick.
Yep.
Ankle pick.
Yep. Yeah. It's like I said, Brock Lesnar just like fucking power slammed. Like, he falcon punched that dude and was just like, ah!
He would have won if he would have done that.
Yeah, like I said, if he would have just waited like a second or two, he would have won. But he was like, oh, I'm going to stretch this out and show how dominant I am. And the guy who was fighting was like, I ain't getting up. Oh, look, his ankle.
Yep.
Yeah. Same thing's going to happen to CM Punk. He's winning, but then he's going to get up and be like, yeah!
It could happen.
Nah, well, CM Punk.
Well, he might lose one and then start winning.
Yeah. Well, CM Punk.
Kind of what happened to Brock.
Yeah, well, CM Punk is so pissed off at Vince and the WWE, he's probably wiped all that shit out of his mind,
Maybe he cleansed over it.
He took one of them.
He started eating white chicken.
I don't know. Well, I know he's like no drugs, no alcohol thing.
Yeah, that was the Straight Edge Society.
Yeah.
Keep your mind clear.
Well, he even did a feud where
keep clean or whatever he was doing, something like that. I remember.
Well, they even did a feud where Jericho was like, "You say you're straight edge, but you're not real straight edge," and he'd beat the crap out of him and like pour alcohol on him and shit.
I like that.
Yeah, that was.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. I thought that's when I was still watching. But I don't know. Like I said, he's just so pissed off at them. I doubt he would try to stretch it out. He wants to be considered a legitimate fighter, I guess, right?
Yes.
But come on, don't you mean to tell me in the UFC?
But he's got to remember he can get hurt a lot easier.
Yeah.
He's going to get hurt a lot easier.
Well, I don't know if you get... I imagine there's... Like, every time you walk into that ring...
They're really punching you, and they're not stomping their foot.
Yeah, but Phil, I imagine every time you walk into the ring, wrestling or UFC fight, you got to, in the back of your mind, imagine that there's a chance you're going to get hurt.
Yeah, but they're really punching you.
Yeah, but Phil, even in the WWE, every time you get into that ring, there's a chance you're going to get hurt. You can't forget that, even if it is.
Still hurt you though.
Yeah, even if it is staged, there's still a chance you can get hurt.
Oh yeah.
Just like every time you play football, every time you play any kind of sport, every time you go out there, there's a good chance you might get hurt.
Yeah, I've seen.
Except for maybe tennis or golf.
That's true.
Well, I don't know. People's been hit by lightning bolts playing golf, so every time you go, why do you think I don't golf, Phil? Thor don't like that shit.
Shoot. I remember one time I was driving down Wood Street and someone actually hit the top of the car with a golf ball, man. And I was like, did I just hear something go dung?
Well, they really suck because they're not even supposed to, like, they designed the field that you're not even supposed to shoot that way.
Yep. So, a golf ball hit the top of the hood of the car. Because it was like, dung. I was like, what was that? I thought I hit a bird or something. I was like, oh, I bet it was a golf ball.
Yes!
I didn't like that. It was like, dung.
Daniel Bryan's married to one of the Bella twins, and John Cena is too, isn't he?
Yes.
Do you think they do Thanksgiving together?
Probably.
I want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see them do, like, exchange gifts on Christmas together. Was that Total Divas still on?
Yeah.
Because I know John Cena and Daniel Bryan would show up on that every once in a while.
Well, they were having, like, relationship problems, and Bella was, like, totally degrading the sister and Daniel Bryan for even being married and all that, and that was the last I seen of it. But yeah, she was saying, like, you never listen to me. And then Daniel Bryan goes, well, yeah, we never listened to you. That's why we're more happier than you are. Oh, shit. So he really pulled it out for the show.
Well, that shit was staged as hell, though.
That's just basically why the Divas are there now. They're not even there for matches most of the time. They're to hype the show.
Well, that's because they haven't had a good female wrestler since, like, Trish and Chyna.
It's true. And Natalya, like I said, she fell off the card. Yeah, she's like a nobody almost now. And so are like the other girls that are in the stables too. They can't perform on their own. That's why they're in a wrestling stable. Instead of having, one single performing actor, they'll have a bunch of them in a stable. That means they can't hold by themselves as wrestlers or as actors.
Well, all wrestling has loved doing stables ever since NWO hit so big.
It's just too much.
Well, that's what
There's too many of them.
That's what sells T-shirts, Phil. Like,
yeah.
Like, God, even though WCW eventually went bankrupt, how much money did they make off NWO T-shirts initially?
It's true. It's just ridiculous how many there are. I mean, there's the bad guys, and then there's a heel team too. So,
well, you gotta have. It's like G.I. Joe and Cobra, man. They gotta have someone to fight. You think G.I. Joe and Transformers would be so popular if they didn't have Cobra and the Decepticons to fight?
Right. It's just overwhelming.
Well, dude, in the 90s, they had 1,000 fucking. They had way more clips. Job Squad, Nation of Domination, the Legion of Doom, the Ministry of Darkness, Latino World Order.
Yeah, La Revolution.
La Revolution. What it says, just that for whatever stables, just sell more merch.
M2M.
Nexus.
Too cool.
Yeah. That's when Rikishi was at its most popular, Phil.
Remember Shokishi? Shane was out there dancing with the giant. Spirit Squad.
Bring back the Spirit Squad. I'm down for that.
Gotta mention the Spirit Squad. They're classic.
I'm surprised they never did bring that back.
I wish they did.
Like, even if it's not the same guys, just bring back the gimmick. Shane's preppy schoolboys that think they're all tough and hardcore. Spirit Squad. Like, NWO even spun off into like 3 different groups at one point. There's the original NWO, the Wolfpack, and wasn't there a third one? Or maybe I'm just.
Well, there was Wolfpack and NWO. NWO had the black and white, and NWO Wolfpack had the black and red. Remember?
Yeah.
Two different shirts.
I thought there was a third one, but I'm thinking of the Blue World Order, which is obviously just a parody of the New World Order.
JWO.
Yeah, but that was a
joke.
Yeah, that was a joke. That was JCW making fun of NWO. Well, now that Hulk Hogan's all kind of racist and sex scandal, the NWO ain't coming back anytime soon. Plus, I think Kevin Nash's knees are all banged up, and Scott Hall, I've seen him in some interviews lately.
I thought Kevin Nash was going to be Cable.
But you can still be an action star. You just can't take bumps like that's. Who get a stuntman to take his bumps now, Phil?
Yeah.
But I've seen Scott Hall in some interviews on YouTube and stuff over the last couple of years, and he's clearly drunk and all, and he looks in pretty bad shape too.
I remember he had a concussion. Remember?
Yeah, he's
that one time during that live show.
Yeah.
Well, that's because, he took too many chair shots.
Well, he was also in Big Money Rustlers, the ICP sequel to Big Money Hustlers. He was supposed to have a bigger part in it, but they made him into the narrator more or less because he was in just such a wreck he couldn't remember his lines and stuff,
Well, a little bit of a liability. That's why, you're having like strokes or if you're having concussions, and passing out and stuff like that. It's a little bit of a liability.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they didn't flat out say it, but they were kind of implying that he was already kind of shit-faced when he got there, so he couldn't really do the job, so they just gave him a smaller part.
Yeah.
They're
like, go ahead and slur. We'll fix it in editing.
Yeah. If we recorded 1,000 times, one of these got to be useful.
Or they edit them all together or whatever and make it perfect.
That really the best take we got? Yeah. Shit. Like Orson Welles in that. You ever see that? Orson Welles is pimping some wine commercial from the 70s and he's clearly all fucked up. Better certain wine.
Glorious.
Yeah. They gave him a free case of wine and plus paid him to do that commercial and they drink the wine first, right? Plus, I've also seen some great interviews where the Iron Sheik's drunk, and someone just turned on a camera and just asked him stuff like, "How many people used to do cocaine back in the day?" Iron Sheik, like, everyone do cocaine. Red Pepper do cocaine. I do cocaine. Honky Tonk do cocaine. Ha! Hulk Hogan do cocaine. Ric Flair, he did lots of cocaine. We all did cocaine together. Iron Sheik
Coke people hang out with Coke people.
Iron Sheik didn't give a fuck. He just threw everyone under the bus. He's like, everyone did cocaine.
Well, it was less serious back then.
No, it's still serious. That's why so many wrestlers die at the age of 40-something.
Back then, it wasn't considered as big of a deal. Like, oh, it healed you.
Well,
okay.
Not that it healed you. Like, cocaine was...
You're not that old.
Well, cocaine during the 80s, during the Hulkamania super hype era of wrestling, cocaine was considered like the champagne of drugs and shit, So I guess...
That was the hype thing at the time.
Studio 54 or 53 or whatever the hell it's called.
Studio 54, Yeah. That's a good one.
Oh, it's not bad for you. It's good. You haven't slept in 3 days. That's because I've been doing cocaine.
Yeah, well...
Just ask John Holmes, Phil. That shit's good for you, right? Makes your dick big.
Just need enough to outline my nostrils.
Phil, speaking of fucked up dark stories, right, Phil? John Holmes? Yeah.
Yep.
Just go watch Wonderland, people. You'll be able to figure out the rest of that joke after that.
It's not good.
See, Phil, cocaine's not a good thing. Just ask Rick James. Cocaine's a hell of a drug, man. They were able to make a whole episode of the Chappelle Show based on Rick James' cocaine-filled antics. I also remember Mark Henry, Sexual Chocolate.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Remember how they ended that storyline?
I wish I didn't remember that.
How they ended that storyline with Mae Young giving birth to what was supposed to be Mark Henry's baby, but it turns out to be a fake hand.
And Mae Young filed a sexual harassment charge against them and all that. And I was like, oh, come on.
Hell of a way to end that gimmick. Just go back to being the world's strongest man.
I wish I did not remember that at all.
Well, I can't remember which one it was, but they did like a New Year's show on Mae Young giving birth to the baby New Year, and it was Hornswoggle. Hornswoggle needs to go.
Yep, I remember that. And then she made out with Vince that one time.
Vince makes out with almost all.
And then he was like, oh, it was kind of salty. Oh, I like it.
Vince makes out with almost all of his employees, so come on. There's a whole Kiss My Ass club, for Christ's sake. Kiss my ass and get me a Winston.
He did it all.
Yeah.
It was like, ooh, kind of salty. Ooh, I like it.
Alpha. He's a ruthless businessman. He's made like 2 or 3 Monday Night War.
He knows what to do.
Yeah. Well, he made like 2 or 3 Monday Night War documentaries there, just like, look how stupid WCW was and look how much I ruled. Ted Turner was an idiot. I'm a genius. I'm a fucking billionaire. I suplex God.
That's why my son bought it.
Well, she didn't really buy it. Vince bought it, but it was just a gimmick, you know. A gimmick that unfortunately didn't go anywhere.
Right. Got a hell of a match out of it.
The Invasion.
Got a hell of a match out of it, though.
Well, the Invasion storyline sucks because they, like, Bill Goldberg or whatever didn't want to work for him, and he's the one everyone wanted to see come over the most, you know? Him and Sting were the 2 big guys they wanted to come.
Goldberg was an asshole anyway, though.
Yeah, Goldberg.
I heard that he liked to hurt people. That's the problem.
Yeah, Goldberg is kind of notorious for being an a-hole in the ring.
You know,
so was Brock Lesnar. Have those 2.
Potatoing people.
Yeah. They'll have.
So I heard he didn't even care either.
Well, him, JBL, and Brock Lesnar are kind of known for not holding their punches in the ring. JBL especially, like, I don't know what the Blue Meanie did to piss him off, but just watch anytime.
He should have went to jail for that, though. That was obviously he was punching him in his face.
Yeah, watch
He should have went to jail or something should have happened.
They got a little bit of a feud out of it, but watch any match where JBL is wrestling the Blue Meanie, and you can tell he's for real beating the crap out of this poor guy, unfortunately.
I think I might have seen it. It was kind of to the side of the camera, though.
Well, he beat him up at the One Night Stand or whatever ECW thing, and everyone, like, they did the big thing where, like, the ECW guys are all in the ring and the the WWE guys are going to show that they're still stronger. Because remember, they even had, like, their own little booth, like, ECW, what a pile of crap. This, GP, this shit sucks. So they ended
he must have got paid to bleed, at least.
I don't know. You would think, but like I said, they did the big, all the ECW guys in the ring, all the WWE guys came in there and whooped their ass. The ECW guys eventually overpowered the WE guys, and they cut to the big crowd where everyone's celebrating. Blue Meanie just bloodied the fuck up.
Well, he even had a big cut on his face.
Yeah, you could see he had a big old gouge on his because if you notice, JBL
he was really being punched.
Yeah, JBL was wearing a ring during the show, so when he was punching, he was probably trying to cut him with that ring. But yeah, you can see everyone else is just kind of like not really. They just look kind of okay because they just had like a quick skirmish. But Blue Meanie's all kind of bloodied up. And then they had like a match on SmackDown or something, I think. And JBL is just, you know, just beat pummeling the crap out of him for some. Like I said, I don't know what Blue Meanie did to piss JBL off, and I'm sure it was nothing considering how badly he beat him worth it. But man, like I said, JBL kind of has a reputation for being an asshole, not holding his punches. And
you assaulted him.
yeah, and if you don't doubt it, just look
It's
at.
supposed to be a show.
Yeah, and if you don't doubt it, watch him wrestle the Blue Meanie anytime. He does not like the Blue Meanie for some reason. Insulted his mama.
Oh,
Yeah.
must have been worth it.
Hopefully they fucking paid.
Must have been worth it. And I'm sure he got paid. He should have got paid to bleed in that match, though.
Well, hopefully. Well, Vince has been known to do
It's
shit.
like an extra yada yada money. I think it's maybe
Well, Vince has been
$5,000 to $10,000.
Well, Vince has been known to do well, not officially, but there's been rumors like Jake the Snake was in a feud with the Honky Tonk Man.
I remember that one.
Yeah, and Jake the Snake was wanting time off or wanting a pay raise or something like that. And the Honky Tonk Man, his gimmick is he's an Elvis impersonator, and he'll whap you in the face with his guitar. Before Jeff Jarrett even did that. But he has, like, it's obviously a fake guitar, you know. It's meant to shatter to a billion pieces when he dinks you in the head with it.
Just got a bunch of powder in it.
Yeah. Someone backstage accidentally gave the Honky Tonk Man a real guitar. And during a promo shoot, Jake the Snake is like, you know, the standard, I'm going to get you, Honky Tonk Man. And the Honky Tonk Man shows up and hits him in the head with the guitar. And it's a real guitar. And Jake the Snake said it knocked his ass out. And it didn't break. So Honky Tonk Man having to sell it, you know, while Jake the Snake is out on the ground, hits him in the head again with it. And it doesn't explode like it's supposed to because it's a real guitar, but it does finally break. So they leave Jake the Snake there, knocked out on the floor, he says. And then he didn't ask for any more raises after that, pretty much.
Well, I remember seeing it, though.
Yeah.
But Honky Tonk Man actually looked at the guitar like, what the? I was like, oh, it was supposed to break. Look, he's looking at it. You can see him looking at it. He's looking at it right there.
Yeah, but the rumor is Jake the Snake was asking for more stuff, and Vince went up to the Honky Tonk Man and was like,
take him out.
Yeah. You know, like in Karate Kid, you know, sweep the leg.
Sprinkling 20s over him.
Oh, yeah. The Vince McMahon came up to the Honky Tonk Man with a real guitar, and there was a bunch of hundreds in the guitar strings. Mm-hmm. You know what to do. Right.
Yep. You can see it for like half a second, though. He looks at it.
Yeah.
Like, dang, this was supposed to break.
Well, yeah, that's why he hit him again. But,
wow.
Yeah. Jake the Snake says he was getting lippy with the boss, and the boss paid the Honky Tonk Man to take care of it, you know. And plus, remember, it was during the Tough Enough, when they were doing one of the Tough Enough things, you know, where the Tough Enough is WWE throws an open casting call out there. You send in like a little promo video, and if they like you, they'll sign you on
the show.
Yeah, you'll be on a reality show to train to be a wrestler and be the next WWE superstar. And they were doing the hazing of the new guys. You know, Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold winning medalist, was like, "You want to be a wrestler? Oh yeah, I'll show you how to wrestle." And then he would go in there and like Olympic style Greco-Roman wrestle people and take them out in 5 seconds. But one of the guys was actually a natural MMA fighter or something. You know, he never fought in like the UFC, but you know he was actually like trained how to do that kind of stuff. You know. And while he was wrestling Kurt Angle, he put him in a Kimura, you know, which can like actually snap your arm off, you know.
I hate that move.
Yeah, we've seen it. Yeah, when you watch 9 out of 10 times, if you're watching UFC and someone's got the Kimura on and the ref doesn't stop it quick enough, you'll see a bone pop. Woo. But he had Kurt Angle in that, and the ref saw what was going on, so freaked out and just like, okay, 1, 2, 3, in the match. So Kurt Angle still wins face, you know, and looks good. And the guy got up and put his hand up to like, hey, Kurt Angle, good match. And Kurt Angle being the face and almost having his arm snapped, you can kind of tell he was pretty pissed. He was calling the guy out like, what the fuck's wrong with you or whatever. But then at the next pay-per-view, they had like an elimination match with some of the Tough Enough guys and JBL, Hardcore Holly. I think it was Randy Orton. I'm not 100% sure. Of course, all the Tough Enough guys, except for the guy that humiliated Kurt Angle, was left in there. So this match breaks down to just JBL and Hardcore Holly just stomping the crap out of this kid. They're literally like putting, like, you know, they're literally putting real boost to him. You can tell. Like, he even goes down to the corner for a minute and just kind of curls up. He gets thrown into the corner and just kind of curls up.
Smother him.
Yeah. He even just kind of curls up into the fetal position for a moment because they're beating the shit out of the kid so badly. Don't fuck with the talent, fool. Yeah. Throwing potatoes. Throwing a potato, for those of you that don't know, is a wrestling term. When these giant,
really hit you.
Yeah, these giant monsters with their potato-sized fist really hit you.
Yeah, I always call back to seats I had at WrestleMania 23. Batista was gigantic when he came out on that stage. I was like, dang, he looked like a monster. He looked way bigger in real life.
Well, I met Al Snow at an autograph signing thing, and even
The
though
TV lies to you so much.
yeah, I was about to say Al Snow, even though when he's on TV he doesn't look like that big of a guy, but in real life, like, oh my god, there's a man mountain. It's Mountain Man.
Batista looked like a gargantuan guy.
Yeah.
He came out jumping right in front of us, was like,
So he ain't never coming back as long as those Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
I like the flexing machine gun thing. I like what he did. That was cool.
Yeah, but as long as those Guardians of the Galaxy movies keep making money, he ain't never coming back to wrestling.
Hey, it's better than getting dropped on your head.
Well,
Matt, what would you rather do?
well, like I said, if Kevin Nash does become Cable, his knees being blown out doesn't matter that much. He'll have a stunt guy to do the real hard shit.
Right. Some guy's been like, well, I've been waiting for this my whole life.
Well, I'm sure Kevin Nash doesn't even know who Cable is. He just wants to play someone in a comic book movie other than the Russian for 5 seconds.
Probably gets tired of wrestling.
Oh, yeah, he's been trying to be an actor even since his wrestling days. He's just never made it past, like, the B-list, you know?
Yeah, he was the Russian.
Yeah, he was the Russian. That's probably, like, his biggest role was the Russian in the Thomas Jane Punisher movie.
Probably.
He was Thor in some straight to sci-fi movie piece of crap.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was Thor or Odin. I can't remember.
He's tried.
Yeah. Bill. One last thing, I guess, to end the show here. Godzilla teaser. Yeah, I don't even want to really talk about it because all you see is just you hear Godzilla noises in the background. People are running from Godzilla. Ooh. But they got the release date for the new Toho Godzilla movie. Not the American one, the good one from Japan.
Red Boy.
July 29th, new Godzilla movie finally coming out.
Red Nuclear Boy.
His heart's a thermonuclear reactor.
Mm-hmm.
So now that was Godzilla versus Destroyer. His heart was literally going to blow up. But finally getting some new Godzilla. And that's the thing. The 2015 Godzilla movie. Everyone complains like, well, you only see Godzilla. This does suck. You only see Godzilla like for what, maybe 5 minutes. Like even this big fight scene with the Mutos at the end, which I don't care. Spoilers. Which the coolest Godzilla atomic fire breath ever. Remember when he rips one of their jaws open and fucking nuke breaths them down the throat?
That was a big scene.
Yeah, that was awesome. But yeah, like I said, they sold that movie on Bryan Cranston Heisenberg being in it, and he dies off in like the first 10, 15 minutes. And then you go see the Godzilla movie for what? To see Godzilla fighting monsters and wrecking shit, right? And subliminal messages about how nuclear war sucks. But yeah, maybe 5 minutes is a little short, but I guarantee there's like maybe 10 minutes at the most of giant monster fighting, which is why you go see a Godzilla movie, right? So that kind of sucked.
And the kid was sleeping during it.
Yeah,
how are you gonna sleep during that when that's on the TV?
Yeah, there's one scene where there's a newscast.
Why would you be sleeping during that?
Yeah, there's one scene where there's a newscast where, like, I don't know, CNN, let's just say, whatever that universe's version of it is, has cameras set up where they can clearly see the giant monster fight, and the little kid's watching it on TV, which sucks because that means that little kid saw more of the monster fight than we did. And they eventually show him falling asleep while he's watching. Fuck, man, I'm fucking almost 30 years old right now. If I saw that shit on TV, I'd be like, oh, Phil, what the fuck's going on? Look at Channel 9! Look at that shit!
I'd be going down there and getting footage of it.
Well, I'd let the news reporters do it. I'm not getting near that shit. But yeah, like I said, they clearly show that, like, the cameras are, like, somewhat of a safe distance that they can film the fight. But we don't get to see that. Then we got to go to Kick-Ass, the actor that's Kick-Ass. I'm not even gonna look up his name. Pretend to be a Marine, and they made a nuke.
Ass.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, they made a nuke that they were gonna try and nuke Godzilla with, and then they decided not to use it at the last minute, and Kick-Ass has to defuse a bomb or something. I don't fucking know. I don't even remember. Because it wasn't that good. It's kind of disappointing. Because like I said, what do you go to Godzilla movies to see? You go there to see Godzilla fucking whooping monster ass and destroying cities and shit.
Not kids sleeping.
Yeah, not kids sleeping, that's for damn. I don't go there for bomb defusals and watching kids singing. I want to see two little midget girls sing for 20 minutes. Or a girl sing to
I don't
King...
need no more singing.
Or a girl singing to King Caesar for 20 minutes before he shows up to the fight. Like I'm saying, that's the problem with every Godzilla movie, though. It's like, we don't care about the human shit. Just get to the monsters fighting. At least the good ones, like Mechagodzilla, is like, okay, aliens. Why the fuck not? Or space monkey gorilla aliens, right? So at least you get some kind of, like, they had, like, shootout action scenes in that one, at least, right? But even though one of my favorite ones is Godzilla vs. Biollante, do I really need to see, like, them going to the Psychic Kid class and all the kids' monsters? Biollante rules. Whatever, Titanosaurus.
Right.
But yeah, do I really need to see...
He was classic.
Yeah, but do I need to see the scene where the Psychic Kids are all drawing pictures of Godzilla destroying the world, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how much would you lose your shit if in this Toho one they're like, fuck it, we're rebooting Titanosaurus?
Please. As if...
There's this one guy that likes Titanosaurus, and I think we can bring it back.
I have wrote on their comments.
Well, what does Titanosaurus do? He creates hurricane force winds with his tail. Actually, he could probably take...
at least he was of size to Godzilla.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, too, you could do a scene where, like, Mothra's trying to attack Titanosaurus, but then he does that tail shake, and then hurricane blows Mothra back into a building. Like I said, Phil, there's not... As long as you can write it right, you can make any character great. Even Titanosaurus.
Right.
Like, Anguillus rolls up into a Sonic the Hedgehog ball and tries to tackle him, but Titanosaurus creates like a whirlwind hurricane where he's spinning him in place, and then he slaps him.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, then he slaps him with his tail like a fucking bat hitting a ball into Godzilla or something, you know? Oh, that's boy,
It'd be magnificent.
Well, like I said,
Be better than that drop kick.
That drop kick is epic, Phil. Godzilla drop kick and Megalon.
Tail drag drop kick.
Tail drag drop kick. Oh my God! Joey Styles is calling the match, right? Oh my God! A tail drop kick.
Look at the carnage on the island. It's like a Jeep wreck.
Yeah, I love it too because, like I said, he drop kicks him. Godzilla gives the signal to Jaguar, like, set him up again.
You got him? Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, Phil, that drop kick is awesome. That's one of, even by wrestling standards, that's one of the greatest drop kicks of all time. Caesar. I don't know. I wish they'd bring back some of the D-listers. Like he's, I kind of want to see a Titanosaurus, Jet Jaguar.
Where's Baragon?
Yeah, Baragon beat down, right? Yeah, I haven't read all the IDW comics, but maybe if I read enough of them, Baragon and Titanosaurus will show up eventually. And with that being said, this is the end of We Are Podcast, episode 50, the only podcast on the internet where we're talking about what we want to talk about. My name is Matt.
And my name's Phil of the Overlord Tanks. Thanks for being with us tonight for this episode.
And as always, thank you anyone and everyone for listening. You can follow us on SoundCloud. Like, share, favorite, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave a question, comment, or email at podcast@gmail.com. You can also follow me, Matt, on Twitter at Matt of We Are Podcast. Thank you and good night.
Good night, everybody. Hey!
Yeah, this is We Are Podcast, the only show where we talk about what we want to talk about. We Are Podcast. Let the ice house flow. We Are Podcast. It's an internet talkie show. We Are Podcast. You know the mouse knows. We Are Podcast. So look up an episode and that's the show.